This is Luke Payson for MMA Fancast at 247-513 Fight Night with a special guest, 2008 New York Giants starter on the Super Bowl winning team,
Yes.
Michael Matthews. Thanks, first of all, for coming on the show. It's awesome.
For sure.
I've never been able to interview a Super Bowl champ before on MMA Fancast, so it's a first. So thanks so much. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, though. Before we talk about your win, what brought you out tonight to the 247 Fighting Championships fight here in Cincinnati?
So one of my buddies, close friends, we went to high school together. He's a fight trainer. And so he's got a fighter tonight that'll be fighting here soon, shortly. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's what brought us out.
That's very exciting. And you said before we started recording that you really like boxing, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
How much MMA or UFC do you watch outside of boxing? Are you mainly a boxer?
No, I watch them both. I watch MMA and I watch boxing. I just enjoy it. You know what? I appreciate top athleticism, and that's what these guys are. They're the top of their game. So I always love watching sports, but particular boxing or anything combat sport. That's why I play football.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that is very much a combat sport. Now we were talking a little bit about how you would love, which of course they're never going to do, but you would love to see NFL allow boxing, kind of like you fight in the middle of the fight.
Well, just come to practice, you'll see.
Yeah, exactly. So now let's wind the clock back. You were an undrafted. You were undrafted when you went to the Giants in 07. You were only there a year. In your second year, you win the Super Bowl in 08, which is pretty exciting. That's known as the David Tyree catch, and also Michael Strahan's last game, I believe.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like? You're a starter as a tight end on the line going up against the Patriots, which was obviously a huge deal. What do you think now, all these years, 12 years later, whatever it is, more than that, I guess my math's bad. 15 years later, what do you think about that now, that experience?
Well, I'll tell you what, it was fantastic. It was kind of like a pinch me moment too, you go your whole life, youth football, high school football, college football, and then, get an opportunity to play in the NFL. It was awesome. But I tell you, really it's a grind. You take 1 week at a time. We actually played the Patriots at the last regular season game, so we knew a lot about them. Really you just kind of hone in on the game plan, hone in on your responsibilities, and try to do those the best you can. It's hard to drown out the stage of the Super Bowl, because it's a pretty big stage.
And that was also the Patriots' almost undefeated season. I'm just remembering it.
Yeah.
So because when you said you played him in the last, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that's why people kind of counted the Giants out, because you had already lost them in regular season. So it must have been absolutely incredible. What's it like now that you're on this side of football? What do you think about? What do you do for fun, and what are you doing with your life these days?
Yeah, for sure. So in terms of football, I've got a son who's in high school, and so I'm on the sidelines. I'm just coaching him from afar and just cheering for him and being a dad. Still appreciate the game, but last year I had the opportunity to coach. So I coached my son's team last year and helped with that, and we actually won the city championship. So it was cool. I was waiting for the ring. I'm still waiting for it. The school budget was all the time.
They don't do a ring. It's not like that. But when I was looking you up on Wikipedia, what's really interesting is in 2010 you got traded to the Patriots. Of course, you defeated the Patriots. What was it like with that switch? And obviously, I think the obvious question is, Coach Bill Belichick is a legend. What was it like being coached by him?
Well, I tell you, he was very similar to Tom Coughlin. I think they both kind of learned from Bill Parcells, and so their structure was very similar. Little different personalities, but I would say very similar in terms of the way that they run their teams. So from that standpoint, I was already used to kind of the rigors that he had in place and some of the expectations he had on his players. But he was a great coach, phenomenal teacher, and that's usually the determining factor between great coaches is their impact on players' ability to teach them the game. So it was great. And it was tough leaving the Giants. I had my first 2 years there were wonderful, and then you go to a new club and you just got to adjust and pivot. But it was awesome. Great experience.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to be interviewed by me. Just an honor. This has been Luke Payson with MMA Fancast with the New England, well, I almost said New England Patriots. You were a former New England Patriot, but the New York Giant Super Bowl champ in 08. Thanks so much for coming on, Michael Matthews. Thank you.
For sure.